Hello, my jelly fighters. My name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for the 11th of July, 2025. Let's see, what do we want to talk about today? So, I was talking about AI and art, and what I sort of see. I mean, who cares what I see? Well, I teach a class. Sometimes I talk about AI in the class. I've programmed AI. I'm no expert, but you know, neural networks are not hard to make. They're ancient. Um, there are just a few techniques plus a lot of power, basically, that's been put together that make AI so um, successful recently. It's not because people are particularly clever, right? The people who are doing these things aren't as clever as the people who failed at them a long time ago. Um, let's see. So we look at these cool things that have been happening. Um, People doing AI art and stuff, and people wonder, right? How long before AI takes over art completely? And the answer is it probably will not. However, it will take care of all the things you care about the most completely fairly soon. Um, for example, I was using Marvel movies as an example. Marvel movies are very formulaic. Um, in fact, they have an infinite amount of source material, maybe not infinite, but the source material for Marvel movies is prodigious, right? There's um, almost well, right now we'll say there's about almost 80 years or almost 90 years, right? So it's about 85 years worth of things of comics. I get another monkey. I do not know. Okay. Recharging conjuration, axe, mace, leather armor, teleportation. It's another very good conjuring. Conjuring could be very good. Let's see. Life and incineration. Wrong order. Okay. But let's not stick with Marvel movies. We could talk about video games, right? Skyrim doesn't need all those people working on it. Skyrim doesn't have anything particularly interesting in it. Same thing with Morrowind, right? I mean, maybe you need a couple of people sitting around figuring out some of the, to write the Bible, to write the um, basic concepts behind it. But once you've done that, it's all pretty formulaic. In fact, um, Skyrim is famous for using for all these little dungeons, little fake recharging leather armor. These are not strong. So video games are a strong candidate for being consumed by or being created by AI. So a lot of the dungeons can be completely done algorithmically. If they're done procedurally, they can be done algorithmically. They can be done by AI. The story not super complicated, right? I mean, it's as bad as a Tom King uh, comic book, right? Again, comic books, right? Not getting comic book writers are not known for being particularly intelligent, right? And doing things that would, uh, in general, most people would think are, require some deep insight into human nature or anything like that. Oftentimes, in fact, usually, in fact, their derivative works, their the philosophies behind them are utterly conventional. Um, they're done by the sort of people who think that uh, their conventional thinking is completely radical, right? So this is even worse. They're not just done by people who are not highly original thinkers, but in fact, they're done by people who are very derivative thinkers who think they're original, right? This is not something I would think most people consider particularly good, the sort of thing that you want to encourage. It's use a potion of delay problem. Okay. So it looks like there's no It's a big empty area. I don't like it. There we go. Mm, okay, not great leather armor, but it's protected at least. Sanctuary. Place to hide. Okay. Identify G. Beckoning. I. Recharging. I had a life. I should have used it. But this is not good. I guess enchant. I should have committed to the because of the. I knew the vampire bats were bad, right? Because I only had leather armor, which has a long range but doesn't do a lot of damage. So really needed to enchant that up. So I should have committed to the whip. I didn't really want to commit to the whip. I definitely didn't want to commit to the +0 leather armor. Um, so I did. So I did. Anyways, so a lot of pop culture things are going to be very susceptible to AI.